I would like you to touch upon this very subject here, that when it comes to emotional support, obviously we all feel a very strong emotional connection with Palestine. Ismail Haniyeh's death has definitely saddened all of us, Muslims living all across the world. But at the same time, we see that there is a gap between that emotional connection, that emotional support, and practical action. So what do you think are those barriers which prevent us to translate that emotional connection to take any practical action?
Right, Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. First of all, thank you so much for having me on the show, and I would begin with, talking about a concept that is called a paradigm. The entire Muslim world needs a paradigm shift. If you just talk about the assassination of Ismail Haniyeh, that's not only a loss for Palestinians, but I would say this is a loss for the entire Ummah. But the problem is, why don't we realize, and why don't we have that sense of, that sense of ownership? Why don't we have that sort of mentality? The problem is with the mindset, the way we see the Muslim world, the way we interpret the situations or the things that are happening in the Muslim world. So I would say this is the problem of epistemology. In philosophy, we have different aspects to view a single phenomena. So this is the problem with epistemology that right now we have, the Muslim world we have. For example, the case and the situation incidents is one, but all the people in the entire Muslim world, they have different views upon it, right? So the need is that they should be viewing this phenomena with a single perspective, and that perspective should be drawn from a hadith of Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, and that says that believers are just like a soul, just like a body. So if any part of that system is having any sort of issue or problem, so that should be felt by the entire body.
True.
So this sense of ownership, this sense of emotion we should have with the entire Muslim world, and especially if we talk about the current situation. So the assassination, it marks a challenge for all the people who are living in the Muslim world. And I would like to add one more thing here, that there is a difference between the expectations of the leaders of Muslim world and the people who are living in the Muslim world. So they have different viewpoints. If we talk about the leaders who are leading the Muslim world, so they do not show that sort of feeling and emotion that people right now we have. For example, if we are living in Pakistan, the people living in Saudi Arabia, and people living in Egypt or Turkey, so they have different emotions. They are attached, they are emotionally attached to Palestinian movement, they are emotionally attached to the cause of Palestine, but that sort of feeling is not exhibited